finding any room while the counter mines goes in, but Apple is going to be able to use his mines to kill Infected. Dashy finally going down, and both of these fights are about even. Mine still on the side and manages to get Apple while Atlantic uses the EMP. Doesn't even matter because they don't have any follow-up for this fight as the Cree's just looking to do anything. Pacific still have control at this point.
Wow, very nice team fight.
And they're just contesting this point, still on 99%. Atlantic don't have the ability to do what they want. Daniel still is able to get Ranter as Dashy walks into the mines without a care in the world, but goes down due to so much burst damage. And Infected fell into the well and died to those mines. Did not expect that happening today. Now we're seeing them kind of get some momentum in as Atlantic are finally getting those kills that they wanted. Apple going solo, managing to escape. The heck goes on, but now he's gone, and Atlantic are finally going to be able to capture this point. He was trying to burst down Apple, but he's managing to escape that Echo. Now using the copy, technically going to be able to bubble and try to attack. Trying to build up that Primal Rage is now looking to get some environmental kills with this, keeping that Moira stuck into the corner. Poor PSAP, and they're going to be knocked off the point finally. Just what they wanted, as Monkey's going to be able to deny it. Glacial now getting back onto the point, killing Mr. Steal Your Girl, as we see Infected kind of willingly jump into the point, interestingly enough. Probably just a quick reset.
But I just feel like, oh, like I say, Dashy instantly kills Asa. There goes their EMP, their win condition, right off the board. So
yeah, that Soundbarrier. Yeah, that Soundbarrier is going to keep him alive, and it's so sad. Dashy is just shutting them down. Look at him. He's taking out Sombra at first of every fight. Those mines are going to be shutting down Rancher too, and PSF's not even going to be able to stall much. Flawless is left, but that Monkey is basically tinfoil when it compares to the rest of the enemy team. That EMP now coming out, but just like the rest of things in my life, it's come late. The Sombra trying to use their TP to go out, but unable to. Looks like Atlantic are going to bring back. They only threw those points so they can bring up the reverse sweep on that.
Going to be able to get a foothold on this point. Their Glacial Pups.
Look at that. Immortality keeps that bongo down, but keeps the team alive. Apple, now that copies, the Blizzard's going to be shutting down Tannic very easily. And now they're just looking to use every ultimate in their back. Gravitic Flux coming out, hitting about 3 people, not managing to kill anyone. The Shatter coming out, hitting the rest of the team. All that's left is the Mercy, who doesn't... No, has res! They managed to build that... the retimer was much faster than I originally anticipated. But that Echo's not going to be do anything on the point. Mercy now getting hit. All there's left is Apple just trying to contest this point. But they're going to be using that May Wall. The Sound Barrier keeping their hopes alive so they can try and brawl in. Tannic now using the copy, tried to charge into the corner, but doesn't manage to do with the Blizzard now being used. As the Frozen goes off, that Diva Bomb comes out, but they manage to get out of the way as they're just trying to get some weird angles. Infected charges Apple off the map. Unfortunately, that's going to cost them the point because there's no Reinhardt to kind of brawl on side of this. No fairly even Flawless being able to get that Mercy early. This might bring the tides around. Technically still having to basically carry this team on the back as Dashy helps it out, and they're going to be able to actually win that point. Not too far from what I said.
Support ults, and they're going to have Blizzard in the mid fight. So this is looking pretty good for all Team Pacific.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're using that Sound Barrier so early. May's able to get Tannic, but the Shatter comes out, and Mortality's going to be keeping them alive while Apple mispositions, and Infected's going to win that 1v1. The Blizzard managing to get the Lucio, but the Diva managed to get out. Doomfist still safe onto the Mega Health Pack, charging in, managing to get stunned out. Looks like Team Pacific are going to be able to win this point right back, and we see them with a 1-0. That means for this fight, remember, if you've never been participating within GOATs, just to give you a brief description, it's obviously 3 tanks, 3 supports. We're going to be seeing Ryan, Zarya, and Diva being played versus a Brig, Lucio, and Zenyatta. And it's all about coordination and playing fast, which can easily help your team play better, but also easily. Going on to the Reinhardt. Now they're brawling in, rotating onto the other side of the point, basically switching sides. Charges going, outgoing, and Glacial is going to be the first one to fall down. That's not good. Once you lose one person in GOATs, you're basically going to be losing everyone, as they immediately Flawless just being able to run out and kill anyone he wants. Transcendence keeping them alive. PSF now building their Transcendence. That basically is going to help them win the fight if they decide to use it, but using this rally instead. They want to brawl this out with the Diva Bomb and Graviton Surge. So many ults for just a simple fight. You already won it. This is overkill. Don't have any ultimates, but they're basically not going to be needing any. GOAT still works, as look at that Diva Bomb coming out. It's going to be able to kill 2! Amazing placement, and now Flawless has to go back into the spawn room just to hope to get a reset in.
What's funny is that Team Pacific still has 4 minutes. The most toxic thing I've ever seen. Glacial goes for a shadow there. He doesn't hit it. That's unfortunate. Now he's on the ground. What's he going to do?
Glacial pulling the biggest bronze move, just turning the corner and shattering as if they're not going to be holding that shield. The sound barrier being used to back them out, but the counter sound barrier being used to help them push in. It's all up for Atlantic just to stagger themselves and wait for their Reinhardt to get back. Graviton Surge making sure Tanic B doesn't get out alive.
There we go.
Yeah,
We see Diva Bomb.
using that Diva Bomb so early, but it was thrown too far back. They weren't worried about it. The Shatter comes out, gets blocked. Infected managing to get both Glacial and Dashy. Daniel managing to get affected, but Flawless is just hammering in. That counter Diva Bomb going to be used in the air. They don't have any time to stall because Daniel's basically just a wet napkin. He's not even going to be able to touch the point, and they're going to kill him just immediately. They're not noticing, but they hear it, and Master stuns him. He's not gonna. No, the peel was perfect, but Ranger goes down in the middle of the fight. They're not gonna be having that break. That's gonna slow them down. Now Atlantic is gonna be able to just run up on them. The counter charge going in, managing to hit Glacial, but not much is gonna be able to save. In fact, the Raging Claw going, managing to get Master, but you're not gonna be able to even up this fight as Atlantic is basically given this point for free.
I'm not
Keep going.
No.
Look at this next fight coming out. The Diva Bomb being used.
Oh.
Major kill 3! Absolutely insane. The Shatter gets committed, but it doesn't even matter. Dashy making up for Abraxas' mistake, giving you a true reason to clip that moment.
Bro, Dashy, really
Yep.
smart goats play. Oh, Infected
that,
is charged.
that charge coming out. Glacial doesn't try to counter charge it fast enough. The
Oh,
Shatter goes out.
forward.
Infected was too far away, and now they're just being able to brawl, using the sound barrier to make sure they can fully win this. What an amazing use of Infected's over aggressiveness. And always remember, kids, Pi is 3 points.
I'm not gonna. Oh, Ranter pops the. Infected just hard ints again.
Wait.
Oh.
And look at that. Infected gets booped by like 3 people off to the map. Master also goes down, but the Transcendent's going to keep their hopes alive. They still have that Reinhardt, the hard brawl, as they're going to be able to shut down Raging Cool. There's no supportals to save them from this hell. The the Graviton Surge getting used, but it looks like Daniel gets booped off the map, and the Transcendence is going to be used to keep them alive, but the Sound Barrier also helps them in. The Diva Bomb now being used, doesn't manage to find anyone. But Pacific are basically fighting this down a steep hill. Glacial's now being able to get these picks and just start shutting them down, and they're basically going to be able to capture this point with no sweat, aside from a few staggers here. That's still about over 3 minutes on your clock. Atlantic are perfectly fine now, using that rally to give themselves some sustain. Shatter gets blocked. They're going to be moving into this next fight. Both Graviton Surges being used off cooldown as they're looking to just get any type of advantage. And in fact, they managed to get 2 picks onto this fight. Absolutely amazing. Tanic B now using that Diva Bomb, also helping kill Ranter, but I think one side has the advantage, and that is not Atlantic when it comes to this fight. Looks like Pacific are just being able to brawl this out and going to be able to capture all 3 ticks.
I'm so sleep deprived right now.
I respect it, man. As both rallies are being used, Graviton Surge gets eaten, and also look at that, the Diva Bomb gets used, only managing to find Flawless. Dashy really needs to start getting some bigger Diva Bombs if he wants to help his team. They're not really being able to win these fights much, and look at this. It's just like I said, you either cap 1 point or you cap all of them. There is nothing less on King's Row. Shatter going out, not being able to hit anyone, really turning up the heat as the charge goes down, managing to shut down Glacial. This is the advantage that they've been waiting for, the opening that they needed, as they now get O Potato, the sound barrier being used to give them the liberty to move up. They're making sure that Ranger stays onto this point. Graviton Surge being used, the Transcendence helping them not die, while Infected runs to their spawn room and kills their Zenyatta. That Diva Bomb now coming out, managing to hit Master, but they do get Infected in the return. They don't have a main tank anymore, but the rest of the Atlantic Division doesn't even have a team. As look at this, they have managed to bring this back all the way to capture 6 points, and they only got a tick as the brawl goes in. The Graviton Surge being used to split them, but the sound barrier keeping the hopes alive. Shatter manages to get blocked, so now both rallies are being used. The counter Shatter being used, only being able to hit that break, but shuts her down. The Diva Bomb comes out, managing to hit Rancer. They get infected, and that's basically going to help them confirm this team fight, but Glacial goes down. This may swing things in the favor. Without both Reinhardts, it's up to the Zarya's and Divas to kind of win this fight. Dashy being able to get Raging Cold. They no longer have a frontline break. And the Diva Bomb coming out looking to get something big, but it goes a bit too far. Dashy's able to block it, but Daniel manages to get hit. And look at this, Dashy without even a Diva Bomb is still getting those 3Ks.
Being honest.
And but look at the charge comes out. Sound barrier, the Shatter comes out, managing to shut them down, kills Infected. Graviton Surge being used. There's no Reinhardt to hit it inside, so now they all have to back up. Luckily, they only invest 2 ultimates compared to the
But Dashy's bomb goes out early. That might be able to put a wrench in
Diva
their
Bomb.
plans.
Diva Bomb gets used. Shatter managing to get blocked. Now they're using sound barriers to keep themselves alive. And Glacier goes down. Daniel goes down. This looks like the end of Team Atlantic as Master Dumpy gets thrown out to the point. Tanic B goes down. Only left is to Lucio and Dashy, as Dashy's going to be demeched. That For a hero, I thought they were rigging it so they can get it to Game 7, but they are denying Team Atlantic from capturing the point. Team Pacific going up 2-0, even though we're gonna.
Maybe I should take us to that escort page. I don't know, dude.
Maybe we're back on 2CP. I'm just trying to figure out how do I don't see the turret. Where is it?
No, Glacier actually killed someone.
Oh, look! Oh my God! It is so huge.
No,
look at that,
Doomfist is normal sized.
Oh, Doomfist is normal. I guess that's what happens when you get a kill. I know you can advance. No, he's small. As they're just brawling back in, that Slam going out, just push team back. Team Pacific
is Doomfist normal sized? Or is he like?
No, he is tiny. Look at that. P7 is now able to get the. Wait, no, he's growing. I think you grow with every kill you get as you're now. Mr. Steel. Your kill is now being able, and now there's trading down. Looks like they're just looking to stop them from using this point. But Mr. Studio Killers finally returned back to size. Looks like most of Team Pacific are just being able to do what they want and get these picks, and now they're growing very big boys.
Torb is also. Oh, whoa! Most of Team Pacific are. Yeah, you're right. They are full sized.
So upsetting. Glacial switches over to the far. They're using that sound barrier to help move them in.
That brig is
and look
massive.
how big!
they're
huge.
They're so huge.
How do you do anything? Shatter coming out, looking to melt the tiny right arc charges, the massive one. Still looking for a pick. They're going to be able to get one pick onto the point. Glacial now being able to get Mr. Steel raging, now getting that pick. Glacial managing to finish it off flawless, but they still have to contest this point. The Molten Core now ending. That turret looks so small compared to them now. And Glacial is huge in the air. Look at Glacial.
Officially normal sized.
Look at that, the mini ball just looking to hide around. Flawless switches over to the far to try to mirror them, but the mines are being used to split them off in the doorway, and Flawless is barely going to be walking into them, while PSAP, like a tiny tractor, just moves them around, and it's just going to keep running onto them. Dashy now going down, no longer big, as the brawl continues to go on. The massive visor is just able to get so much room, and has so many abilities that they are finally won this point, and it's all up to see if Dashy can touch the point. And the fact that they are so small. No, they managed to capture with. They're trying to shut down this Bastion, but the Bastion's just able to exist, and they're finally going to be able to shut that Bastion down. Flawless not being able to exist, and the Mercy looking to res. It comes out, but the stun goes, and Daniel shutting them down. No fun for you. No Bastion, as everyone at Atlantic started to get big size. Mostly Daniel, the Brigida, which I feel like is a nightmare. This might be a fan fiction somewhere, you know? Brigida slaps you with her whip, progressively gets taller. Oh no. As this really big Farah, and look at this, Daniel and Dash are being able to do so much. Finally, Dash is going to be going down, but Dash still alive. Fully blocking the pulse bomb, being able to roll out, but infected. He's able to do so much on this mini Farah. The barrage goes out, but Glacial is so big that he's also such a big target. The bigger you are, the harder they fall, as I like to say. Tank B now goes back onto the point, but there's nobody on Atlantic that can really stall this out. How upsetting for such a good attempt. Now, Dashy finally getting nanoed, so he's going to be able to start moving. And that Shatter coming out, actually hitting a couple amount of people. The Fire Strike hitting them is a massive size, and is going to be able to get some major damage coming in. But that Sigma is also very small, as the Lucio's just outside of the point, and they're just looking to kill this one ball, who is actually so fast, but they can't shut it down. Infected switching over to the Bastion. They kill Ranter. It's up to the Lucio to stall this out, as well as the Moiras. They're looking to do anything, and progressively Dashy's getting bigger. Now Visor being used. It's going to be starting to melt the target, and that's what you've been waiting for. That one ultimate that helps you out. Finally, and might be able to capture this with time. However, it doesn't look likely, as Ranter is now back onto the point and throws those mines out. But one swing kills half of them. As Flawless switching over to the Doomfist, they manage to finally kill Dashy, the god himself, the King Kong of the map. Raging Cool going down to Ranter's just being able to spin to win onto this point. We're now going into overtime. Atlantic don't have the resources that they need. Looks like Pacific are going to be able to easily win this point and stop Atlantic from capturing this and going any further into Paris. Truly a wise team fight winner, as I like to say, as we seem. If this was a normal game, Team Pacific would obviously have just won this game. What an amazing headache that was.